Hey, 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 beautiful heart. What's vibin'? Dr. Danae here today to do a solstice energy reading. We are literally a few minutes away from the time of solstice. It is a very intense energy. This solstice energy is very different from previous solstices. And I know each solstice is a bit different, but this energy, and I'm sure you guys have already been feeling it, how intense it is. You can literally be feeling it in your physical body, like I said yesterday. So with that, this is a collective reading. So it's not personal, even though it may feel like it. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. My readings are timeless. What does that mean? Doesn't, excuse me, it means whenever you come across this reading, whenever you see it, or if it's called to you, that's when you're meant to see it. So it doesn't matter the day it was recorded or posted or any of that. Don't get hooked onto that and say, oh, well, you know, I didn't listen to it on solstice, so it's not for me. It's energy. Energy is outside of time. Time is a 3D matrix concept. All right. So let's jump in. So much is going on globally and energetically. Big unexpected changes, shifts, things like that can happen. Not just in government, corporations, your own life, relationships. It's all across the board. So how do we navigate that energy? Well, let's get into that. So collectively, we are starting out with guidance. Number 5, inner compass, support, and trust your guidance. So who out there listening has been in a cycle or habit of you know you're either an empath, you're sensitive, intuitive, whatever word you want to use. But when you get that intuitive hit, you don't immediately act upon it or even trust it. You question it. You go into doubt. Well, is this really what I'm hearing? And then you need validation, or you ask for another sign to validate that sign, or you run around to people asking their opinion. That's a cycle that needs to stop, because that is mixing energy that is based in 3D and personality and altered ego. That there's no trust there, and really it is holding you back. If that part of the reading resonates with you, you're going to know it. For those of you that are sitting there going, well, is that what I'm doing? Am I questioning? Da, 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 da. That's the exact same energy I'm talking about. This solstice energy, this is here. Think of this as timelines opening up. There's the 3D timeline, which is this old energy. It's that duality. And here's the choice everybody will have to make at some point. You can choose to stay in 3D, the way, you know, however 3D is going to show up and come out with new technologies and things like that, and stay in that energy. Or you're going to make the choice to get in on your higher timeline, the 5D timeline, which is all about freedom. It's about, yes, it's newness, but it is a completely different vibration than 3D energy and that duality. Next, we have number 8, the last cloak. Release old identities and magnificence realized. Couldn't sum it up any better. This is literally what's going on. You are being challenged at this time to release old identities. The masks that we wear, the personalities that we put on, the personas that we put on for different parts of our life, those are not really us. Those are identities or personas we've created out of shadow self, altered ego, projected energy. They're all certain programmings. And here's the thing with that. They don't change. They don't get new downloads. They don't get uploads. It's always the same thing. It's literally like hitting repeat to keep playing the same song. How do you know if that's where you're at and that's what you need to do? If your life seems to be on repeat, like you're recycling the past, whether it's people, places, things, thoughts, perceptions, and beliefs. This is for those that are consciously doing the inner work. And guys, there's this misconception and everybody goes through it. So let yourself off the hook. And this misconception is that once you start doing the inner work and you faced your shadow, you met your shadow, named it, all of that stuff, that bippity boppity boo, your life is absolutely going to turn around the next day and you're not going to have problems. That is more matrix BS, personality lies, gaslighting. It's not truth. We are infinite beings on an infinite journey. We will always evolve and grow. Doesn't mean you'll always be healing. Doesn't mean you'll always be dealing with old energy. But remember, old energy is a program, so it always comes back around, especially the more that you face your fears, the more you try to change your beliefs, think and feel different. Absolutely 100% guaranteed. That old personality, those old identities are going to come up. It's going to be like testing you, like putting, the keys to the Ferrari in front of you and saying, hey, here, remember me? So this is all about coming to this point, making a free will choice to take back your power. Taking back your power means facing yourself, facing your fears, choosing not to react or act based on old programming, old identities, old wounds, and choosing to reflect versus react, reflect versus analyze, and make that different choice. The universe is always conspiring in your favor. And for those of you going, but Danae, how is that so when I just keep getting more lack? I don't have a special person in my life. I'm living paycheck to paycheck, or I'm on a pension, whatever the story is. The universe doesn't decipher, meaning the universal laws and the way energy works is you attract to you, you magnetize to you what you think and feel. Okay? So if your attention is on the past, it's on the lack, it's on the situation, energetically, what you are saying is that you agree with it, that is truth, and you want more of it. So the universe brings you more of it. So, that being a universal law and how energy works, how to get out of that is you have to think differently. You get to choose that. You have to choose to think differently. When you think differently, changing your perspectives, a feeling is going to rise up to match that. Then that is going to be sent out. If that's where your attention is, more of that will come back to you. The law works both ways. And for those of you that have been in that toxic habit of, saying, well, I've been stuck this way for so long, or I've been, living paycheck to paycheck for so long. When's it going to happen? Blah, blah, blah. And I believe this. I'm really trying to manifest this. But then you go right into what you don't want to happen, what your old story was. Honey, I'm telling you, the universe does not take that and go, oh, well, she's had enough of this. She's been doing this that long, or he's been doing this long. Let me give him something else. Stop lying to yourself. That's not how it works. You will get what you put your attention on. So you could be sitting there saying, yes, I believe, I'm going to be a millionaire. I'm going to have the love of my life, blah, blah, blah. But in that next sentence, you're sitting there going, oh, it's been so long. When's it going to happen? Guess what? You are planning for it not to happen. So guess what? It's going to take longer. Literally, not even trying to sugarcoat this. You are the captain of your ship. You have the keys to the car. You get to decide where it drives. You haven't been living that way. You literally just kind of hand keys over to altered ego or monkey mind, the personality, and you get in, sit in the passenger seat, and then you bitch the whole time and complain because it's not what you want, not what you like, da-da-da. Well, you know what? Suck it up, buttercup. Make the change. If you want to continue being the passenger in your own life, that's absolutely fine. But own that. You'll do yourself a favor if you can say, you know what? I kind of like complaining. I like being negative. Who here knows somebody that no matter what, they are negative? $1 million can fall in their lap and they're going to bitch and complain. And they're only going to see the negative. Raise your hand. Anybody know somebody like that? Yeah. That's a choice. They choose that. Everybody has a choice on what you focus on. So, what are you choosing? Here's the thing. This energy has been building, especially for the past 3 years. Here we are. You get the choice. Do you want to change your life? Do you want to live in high vibrations, in abundance, from a place of love, that all of your experiences are filled with love? You have to do the work. Nobody can do it for you. Yes, we can guide you. We could give you the tools. We can show you how to do it. But the bottom line is you have to do it. And for those of you that sit there and go, well, this didn't work, that didn't work, blah, blah, blah. You know what? Okay. There's not a one way for everybody. But check yourself. Check your inner dialogue. Are you making excuses? And how do you know if you are? Are you putting in the work? Are you consistent in the face of trials that look like it's not going your way? Are you able to stand your ground like a tree when a hurricane comes in and stand there and say, that's not my truth? The universe is always conspiring in my favor. Everything is always working out for my highest good. What I think and feel, I will make real. And then purposely, willfully think about all the good things that can happen. If you're not doing that consistently, you're not building momentum, you're doing what I call the waltz or the square dance between the duality and the 5D, back and forth. There's nothing wrong with that. That is part of the process. It depends on how long you've been on that cycle, because all of this stuff is energy. It's all here to teach you and guide you back to yourself and what the truth is. When the test comes around, are you passing the test? Or are you jumping back in the passenger seat? Number 10, fire of transformation. Radical purification, violet flame, surrendering, resurrection. This is the road, this is the path that we're on. Are you in the violet flame every day? For those of you who don't know what the violet flame is, it is absolutely amazing. I'm not going to take time here to explain it. You could Google it. But the violet flame is one of the most powerful forces that we have. And you start calling on that every day, it absolutely will help you. It will help you purify and transform. Number 11, nurture, self-healing, ruby ray, birthing the new earth. This is not talking about nurturing others. This is, are you nurturing you? Are you detaching from toxic people, toxic places, toxic things? Some of you need to go on a detox fast. And that's from people. Those toxic people, and again, when I say that, there's no judgment in that. What I'm basically saying is people who are choosing to stay in their stuff, in their toxic habits. It is what it is. Are you still choosing to align your energy with that? And not nurture yourself, but find yourself still in the story and on the hamster wheel. Put yourself on a fast. Put yourself on a fast for 1 week and go within, separate yourself from the toxicity and see what happens. Prove this to yourself. Perspective. Yes, through this solstice, you are being challenged to change your perspective. Is your perspective looking for all the positives, the colors of life, or is your perspective still here, all in shadow? Wisdom. Are you allowing yourself to gain wisdom? Move from a place of wisdom. Seek out people who have wisdom that can impart it into you so that you can grow. Boundaries. This is huge. Spend some time today evaluating your boundaries. Are you crossing your own boundaries? Are you allowing other people to cross your boundaries? Boundaries are necessary to protect your inner child. We grew up invalidating our inner child because we didn't know. Now we're adults. If you're on this journey and you're working on healing the inner child, you have to have boundaries because it's you. You are here to save you. You don't need anybody to come in and save you. Again, nobody can do it for you, but it does start with healthy boundaries. Sanctuary. Spend some time today in your own sanctuary, wherever that is for you. Reflect back. I say reflect, not analyze. Reflect back on the last 6 months of your life. Excuse me, guys. All of a sudden, my throat is super itchy. I'm going to get this message out. Reflect back on the last 6 months of your life. Is it going the way you want? If not, spend some time today deciding how you want the next 6 months of your life to be. Excuse me. Set some personal goals. This energy here is for your growth, your purpose, and your healing. Wow, this is cranking up and getting more intense. For those of you who have not been able to find your voice or speak your truth, sit with that. Give yourself a challenge. Start small. Starting small could be telling somebody no. You don't need to go into explanations. Let your yes be yes, your no be no. But start practicing speaking your truth. Don't say yes to take on something if you really don't want to or you don't have the capacity. Say no. Practice being okay with that. Practice allowing who you want to be to shine forth, because it is time to drop the mask, drop the personalities, and allow your true self to be seen. It's your time. All right, guys, I hope that helped. If you are interested in a session with me, all that information is in the link below. As always, I'm sending you oceans and oceans of love from my heart to yours. Namaste. Bye-bye.